Unhappy with Medicare? Feeling stuck? You may have options. If you are unhappy with your Medicare plan, you are not alone. Maybe your doctor is no longer in the network. Maybe your prescription costs went up. Maybe the dental benefit sounded wonderful, but when you tried to use it, it had more strings attached than a puppet show. Or maybe you joined a plan because someone made it sound simple, and now you realize it does not fit your real life. Before we go further, please subscribe to this channel. We create clear, honest Medicare information to help you make better decisions without pressure. Now let's answer the real question. Can you switch your Medicare plan if you are unhappy? The answer is maybe. And I know that is not the answer people want. But with Medicare, the truth matters. You usually cannot change Medicare plans anytime you feel like it. Medicare has enrollment periods, it has rules, and it has exceptions. The first big enrollment period is the Annual Open Enrollment Period. That runs every year from October 15 through December 7. During that time, many people can switch Medicare Advantage plans, change prescription drug plans, move from original Medicare to Medicare Advantage, or move from Medicare Advantage back to original Medicare. Changes usually begin January 1. The second important period is for people already in Medicare Advantage. It is called the Medicare Advantage Open Enrollment Period. That runs from January 1 through March 31. If you are already in a Medicare Advantage plan, you can usually switch to another Medicare Advantage plan, or you can leave Medicare Advantage and return to original Medicare. But here is the important warning. During this period, you generally get one change. So do not jump just because someone calls you with a shiny promise. A shiny promise is not a Medicare plan. Before switching, check your doctors, check your hospitals, check your prescriptions, check your pharmacy, check your copays, check your maximum out-of-pocket cost, and please do not choose a plan just because it says $0 premium. Zero premium does not mean zero cost. Now, there is another possibility. You may qualify for a special enrollment period. This can happen if life changes. For example, you move, you lose other coverage, your plan leaves your area, you qualify for Medicaid or extra help, you move into or out of an institution, or you were affected by a declared emergency or disaster and missed the deadline. The timing depends on your situation. So if you think you are stuck, do not assume. Ask. Now, what if your problem is not the whole plan? What if the plan denied a service, a prescription, or a procedure? In that case, switching may not be the first step. You may need to appeal. A denial is not always the final answer. Sometimes it means the paperwork was not complete. Sometimes it means more documentation is needed. Sometimes it means you need to challenge the decision. That is not fun. Nobody wakes up in the morning saying, I hope I get to file a Medicare appeal today. But sometimes it is necessary. Now let's talk about leaving Medicare Advantage and going back to original Medicare. This can be the right move for some people, but be careful. If you leave Medicare Advantage, you may also want a Medicare supplement, also called Medigap. Depending on your state and your situation, you may not always be guaranteed the right to buy a Medigap plan later. You may have to answer health questions. You may pay more. You may even be denied. So before leaving Medicare Advantage, ask this question. Can I get the coverage I need on the other side? Do not jump from the frying pan into the paperwork. Here is the simple process. First, Identify why you are unhappy. Is it doctors, drugs, costs, referrals, prior authorizations, customer service? Second, check whether you are in an enrollment period. Third, compare plans based on your real life, not someone else's life, your doctors, your medications, your hospitals, your budget. Fourth, verify everything. Call the doctor's office. Check the drug list. Confirm the pharmacy. Look at the costs. Fifth, enroll carefully and keep records. Write down confirmation numbers. Save documents. Know when the new plan begins. And finally, beware of pressure. If someone calls and says, "You need to act right now," slow down. Good Medicare decisions are not made in a panic. At MedicareSelfEnrolled.com, we believe Medicare should be clear, calm, and private. You should be able to compare your options without being rushed, pressured, or confused. So if you are unhappy with your Medicare plan, you may have options, but the goal is not just to switch. The goal is to switch wisely. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered legal, financial, medical, or Medicare enrollment advice. Medicare rules, plans, premiums, benefits, provider networks, and drug coverage can change. Always confirm your situation with Medicare, your plan, or a licensed Medicare professional. Please share this with family and friends, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Our code of conduct follows next.